And in my 7 minutes, I'd like to deal with the amendment, because when I'm in the chair, I make people deal with amendments and make them relevant. But it is difficult not to refer to an overall context in relation to this amendment. And I want to thank Deputy Sherlock indeed, and we put our names to that amendment, for having the foresight to see that this one might be left in while the other ones were ruled out. And so the first amendment I had was to deal with the title. A simple little thing in relation to the title, to include if anybody had been resident in an institution, full stop, a period, was ruled out of order. And why I wanted that was in the context of, we've had a lot of reports. You can see some of them here. So just in fairness to the visitors in the gallery, to Catherine Corliss and Tuam, who without her there'd be nothing. So that's back to 2012, 12 to 20 is 8 years and 3 more. During that time then, we had various reports, Minister. I don't want to keep repeating this. This is our last opportunity, unless you see sense here tonight, and when this is adjourned, to adjourn it, to actually take on board what's been said. So we look at the human rights. We go from 12, Catherine Corliss. We go forward. The commission was set up in 15. The various reports, I think it was 8 in the end, interim reports. The final report that she kept on a shelf from October until the following January, when you organised a webcam and told everybody the survivors were going to get a copy, and they didn't. We've outlined this before, but it is important to say it again. You see, because all of the time, this lovely word that I can't stand, learnings, there are going to be learnings. We're supposed to learn, aren't we, from experience, and we're supposed to change, and we've done nothing like that. So we were supposed to learn from the original redress institution scheme that criminalised, that made it an offence for me when I was a barrister, or for my client to disclose what we got. We passed legislation criminalising disclosure of the amount of money you got in the redress board. Fast forward to the Magdala Laundry scheme called maladministration by the Ombudsman. Fast forward to Cara Nua, which many times I've said is an abuse of the Irish language. Cara Nua, new friend, when really it was the old enemy in disguise. Over and over I've said this, and I have to repeat it. So we're here tonight then in relation to an amendment based on what we learned. And so we said consultation, so we got the Oak report. And the Oak report, private company, did a good job, listened to the survivors. I understand over 500 came forward and said what they wanted. And when you know what jumps off that, Minister, no more division. No more discrimination, inclusiveness. Listen to us and include us. Acknowledge the wrong. And not just acknowledge the wrong, but make the apology mean something for the future, so that those in institutions who spend time there and their families, their lives will be better as a result of the apology and the redress that we make. Because redress in financial terms can never be enough. It must be part of an overall thing. And so we have the Irish Human Rights and Equality Commission setting out the principles that should be in the title that I couldn't even change with one little bit. The Irish Human Rights set out the guiding principles from relevant human rights and equality at a minimum, and they list them out, what should be in the legislation, so that we could learn and show survivors that we've learned. And we haven't done that either. You, Minister, have stood over a system where there's been so much exclusion from this, while your press releases put an emphasis on what you have included. But you have left out, first of all, people who were boarded out, those from mixed race, and they've made many submissions pointing out the trauma and the range of suffering that was involved. And then in relation to children under 6 months. And I understand when you were asked about that, this is what you said. I suppose children who were in there less than 6 months wouldn't have been aware of their experiences and would have been too young to remember their experiences. So we have the tabula rasa approach, blank sheet. A child is a blank sheet when they're born, and they're a blank sheet 6 months later. Nothing has affected them in any institution, not even this break with their mothers. And so we exclude them completely. Now that's what the interdepartmental group did, and you're standing over that. And we look at this then and we see I'm standing here and I have 2 minutes left now in relation to an amendment that my name is to, in the hope that we can shake you a little bit. But this morning you were on Morning Ireland, and all through my time in the Dáil, I've really avoided personalising any debate. But you went on Morning Ireland, and I waited with bated breath for the interviewer to ask you a question about the scheme that you have boasted about as being the most expansive, most inclusive, and the biggest scheme ever to make redress. Not one single question from our national broadcaster. Now, was that accidental? And when you were asked, your department, how you came to exclude babies under 6 months, did you give answers to any papers or anyone that asked you? Or did you come back and say, we're doing it for the good of them, we don't want to upset them, we don't want to tell them why we've excluded them under 6 months? Tell me if I'm wrong. I'll be the first to say sorry, because we all make mistakes. And so I'm here talking to an amendment with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to try and highlight 7 parts that we would review this after 6 months. Tell me that's the most basic thing you could agree to, that we would learn, give some meaning to the word learnings, that ridiculous word that has been made up that makes a mockery of language. What we're looking for here after 6 months is a review to see what we have actually learned from people on the ground. And we've been forced to do this because most of our other amendments are out of order. And if I was in that chair, I would have to preside in that role as well and say they're out of order. But there's something seriously amiss with this system when we have to do it like this. Now, this is scheduled to go to 8:30. If you have any sense, Minister, if you have any sense, you will put meaning into words and say, I am willing to listen. This is a finite section, a finite number of people who have bent over backwards to work with you, work with us, and tell us. I think we have learned more from our experience with survivors than the entity of the government has ever learned or looks like will ever learn.